Yeah, last week we'd been fortunate enough to make it through the storm and managed to get into East London Harbour in the early hours of the morning. We'd managed to diesel and sort out a few issues and wait out the local low, the big front that was coming up the coast. Yeah, we'd survived a treacherous section of the coast and we're in the small harbour which is on the Buffalo River. This is the only shelter available along the coast between Durban and Port Elizabeth. Yeah, we'd been forced to lay over and wait out the wind as a big cold front moved up the coast.
Yeah, Leighton would always say, fear not the southeast, fear the southwester with the small drops in pressure, and these local lows can be, absolutely brutal, eh? If you don't watch out for them with these big southwests that come up the coast and straight into the current, it gets freaking messy in a hurry. So yeah, they're way more dangerous than the southeast. So you can always ride with the southeaster, but into the southwester here, not something you'd relish to do, especially in a catamaran. They're not good into the sea. So yeah. 7:30 in the morning. We left East London at just after 3 a.m. this morning. The wind had dropped. I got up early in the morning, saw the wind had dropped, and decided to hit the road. Yeah, it's looking alright. Between 10 and 18 knots of wind. A little bit of a sea running here today. Woohoo! A solid 5 meter plus swell running. It never comes out on the video though. The sea is seriously big. Starting to run into the wind now, so it's pretty chilly, as you can see by what I'm wearing. You can see how deflated the Zodiac is coming from Durban. And now we're off the coast of Cannon Rocks, headed for Bird Island and Port Elizabeth. So big sea running. Motor sailing with a Genoa, doing between sort of 7-8 knots. It's supposed to come around into the east behind us through the day. It's supposed to go around that way, and yeah, hopefully have a good enough window to make it to St. Francis Bay. Bypass P, going to St. Francis Port St. Francis, and then tie up for 2 days because we've got 3 days of strong southwest and swell coming. So I might be able to just go home and have a surf as well, and show Vince around and see the area. He's been dying to see it, so yeah, he might even see Bruce's beauties breaking as well. So yeah, that's the plan. Just below East London, headed up, that's Port Elizabeth Bay there. We're going to go around the point and to Jeffreys Bay and Cape St. Francis. Yeah, we're going to do a little dog leg and hopefully moor in St. Francis tomorrow, probably midday. Yeah, we've got to go in on a high tide because the really big swell push a lot of sand across the harbour entrance, so they're dredging madly to try and clear that. So we may only be able to get into the harbour tomorrow afternoon on the high tide. So there's a little one, little duskies. Freezing outside, that's why we're hovering inside. One day on the ocean and the lads are bored already, eh? What's happening, eh? Mr. McCracken, eh?
Mr. McCracken is kicking my ass.
He's kicking your ass. He's a freaking game machine, that's all he does, eh? Just freaking eats, sleeps, video freaking games. He start the motors this morning at 3 o'clock. Thinking that these guys will come rushing out because there's some sort of emergency, and what happens? Absolutely nothing.
Right.
Had to go down and freaking wake them up. This is my crew. Eh? They go to bed. They tell me they're going to bed at 8 o'clock, and then they spend 5 hours playing video games until 1 in the morning, and then can't get up. It's the modern day youth. Yeah, we haven't got much wind. 11 knots. We're off Kenton on Sea. It's not going to form. Bearing 303. Just spoken to port control. We're going to go past and head to St. Francis. Not sure if we can even get in the harbour because of this big east swell that we had the other day has choked the harbour up with sand. They frantically trying to dredge. We've got a mooring there, but can't get in at this stage. St. Francis, the only place we can get a mooring. PE doesn't know if they've got a mooring for us, and the surge is terrible there with the east swell. So we're going to head past and take a chance. We may have to just anchor off St. Francis tomorrow and go in the next day, or get in tomorrow evening if they manage to clear the channel, which I doubt. But yeah, either way, it's just as good an anchorage as off PE, so going to head on down there and then see what happens. We've tightened up the halyard on the Genoa on the forestay. We've found a leak in the water maker discharge to the tank, or fill up to the tank, which was coming down through the bulkhead. We've spliced all the ropes, taught one or two of the guys to splice ropes. What else have we done? We've sorted out these echo sounders and the headings. We've sorted out the AIS problem, which was the system was picking up our AIS because there was two AISs. There's the AIS, the designated AIS from the system, and there was also an AIS on the radio, so we were getting alarms. And so that's been sorted. We sorted out the throttle issue, which was a loose connection on the secondary throttles downstairs. So yeah, quite a few things done, and hoping she'll be more shipshape when she arrives than when she left.
Yeah, when sailing new boats straight out of the factory, you've always got a lot of things that give problems, and it's just a matter of sorting through everything and getting the boat in a straight line.
Yeah, the water's absolutely freezing. It was down from 13, it's come up a little bit. That's due to the big southeasters that we had the other day with that big swell. Apparently the water down at Seal Point was 10 degrees the other day. So there should be some yellowtail around there. The only problem is we don't have a fishing rod, so yeah, that was a bit of a slip up. No sushi, no sashimi, but I'm sure we'll find something at St. Francis and change that. That's Royal Cape, heading into Algoa Bay. 92 miles to go to St. Francis Bay. Chilly morning off the Gamtus Valley off Jeffreys Bay. I don't know if you can see J Bay lights in the background there, but yeah, sun just about to come up. The water temperature is 11 degrees here. It's dropped from like 22 last week when we were surfing here in board shorts. Yeah, it's pretty severe. That big southeast storm that we got caught in coming down with the lightning and the 50 knot winds turned this water over, which it does on this coastline, and it's gone absolutely freezing. Ice cream headache stuff, but we mid-bay. I'm headed for St. Francis. There's still a big South Sea running, and yeah, we'll probably have to anchor off today and just relax. And thankfully the southeaster is backed off now, and we've got a southwesterly that's going to come through midday today, and then pick up and then blow for the next 2.5 days. So we'll definitely be hunkering down here for a couple of days, and hopefully taking Vince to go and check out J Bay and St. Francis Bay, possibly a trip to the Nexus factory, and also of course to see the surf at J Bay. There looks like a bit of swell tomorrow or the next day. It's been his a lifelong dream to actually see the place, so why not? The circumstances have given us a chance for him to go and do it, so we're going to go and do that. Yeah, just enjoy the layover and do something positive, which is great. You see he's up front there, all trussed up in warm gear because it's freaking cold outside. Just waiting to take a vid of the sun coming up. See, it's starting to touch that cloud in the background. It's going to come over the horizon pretty soon. It's quite nice. There she comes. Into St. Francis. That's St. Francis up there. The bay on the radar. Got a couple of knots just helping us in. We're on anchor. We dragged once or twice, but we're back there. We're okay. We got the laundry going. We got the west wind freaking howling. Oh, look at this. Lilac colors. Oh man. St. Francis Bay, baby, in the wind. Have a look at this mist coming over the valley here. Not over the valley, but over the top here. We can't get into the harbour, and the dredger has got a problem, so they haven't been able to dredge properly, so all the boats actually can't even get in the harbour at the moment. So we'll have to get a little lift in tomorrow. Yeah, it was a chilly, rocky night on anchor, but grateful for a night of sleep. The wind was still blowing 25 knots, and we headed for shore.
You're on the right track.
Headed to St. Francis and then J Bay to show Vince the Jeffreys Bay. Not much surf today, but anyway. John coming to pick us up quickly. It'd be pretty ugly around the corner if you went there. So yeah, we're going to be here for another 2 days, and then head around the corner down to Cape Town, hopefully, if everything works well. Neil and Vince.
Howdy.
You guys are freaking frisky here. It's pretty chilly out here, boys.
Hey, we're tough. We're tough as nails. This is what we would have had to come through?
Yep.
Yeah. Dang.
No, you got 5 meters.
You weren't kidding tight.
No,
Yeah.
listen, you got 5 meters here, but yesterday the ski boats were hitting the sandbank here. But they've been dredging hard.
Wow.
The dredging was on the slip for nearly 3 weeks, so with all the southeaster swell direction coming there, it just set it up badly. Then we've got 3 meters now. Shallowest I've got is 1.8.
Yeah.
2.4,
It's doable.
2.3, 2.1.
And the dredging flat out.
1.8 to 1.9. That's the shallowest there. 1.9 is the shallowest.
Yeah.
Boats are all for squid, huh?
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
A couple of the smaller ones, they're line fishing boats.
That would be a tight squeeze for old Kappas.
Yeah. No, they get in here.
Yeah, we get in here.
I'm not saying we wouldn't get in here.
Yeah. new Nexus 52. It's chilly, eh? Man, it's like winter.
No, that's terrible.
So, yeah. Yo, nice looking number, eh? How you doing? Eh? Lekker, man. How's it? No, good. Boy's putting the dinghy on. Oh, she's nice, eh?
Boy, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, this in all likelihood will be our next adventure on the next offshore adventure, as I'm scheduled to take the next boat out of the factory Edisto down to the Caribbean in November. So stand by for that.
Super pretty boat. Very, very pretty.
Yeah, John had kindly come to fetch us on his ski boat and had taken us to his house from where we would be collected by Kerry, and then do a tour of J Bay and St. Francis, get some tackle and some odds and ends, and just have a look around at the area. Vince, being a surfer, had always wanted to see this area, so yeah, perfect opportunity.
John's place, St. Francis Bay. Tapas out front. Now I've just brought Vince up to the lookout at Bruce's, and now you can see there's Tapas up in the distance. That's actually the break here. Obviously it's southwest swell, so nothing happening. It likes an easterly swell, south-southeast. Not a lot of swell today across the bay at St. Francis. All of this area here and this entire area here was all of this, like all the way down here. This used to be complete dune field. It's been developed now. That's the reason why a lot of the sand and stuff has disappeared at Bruce's, because of the fact that this has all been covered and developed. This entire section and where we're standing now used to be dune field. Yeah, this break used to be amazing. I mean, it used to be pure sand down to the rocks. And when the west used to blow, you get this feeder system putting sand down. So what's happened now is it's gotten a lot deeper, and it doesn't break as consistently and as hollow as what it used to. So it's not the same wave anymore, unfortunately. So yeah, development is not always for the better, unfortunately.
Yeah, our next stop was at the Nexus factory. I took the opportunity to show Vince around. The guys at Nexus have expanded the factory hugely over the last 10 years, and it's been amazing to watch this factory grow and the success it's had, and to see these beautiful boats being manufactured here. Gave Vince a chance to have a look at a different aspect of sailing and different boats, and just to check out a different operation. Now, John Henrik owns the factory, and he's the guy that came and picked us up on the small boat at Tapas, and he's also the owner of La Renoa. The reason why we couldn't continue sailing was because of all this expansion and a couple of problems with a business partner that passed away. So yeah, it just conspired to end our trip, unfortunately. The Nexus factory builds the balance range of catamarans, the 52, the 58 and the 62, the larger sized balance catamarans, and have been doing so for the past 12 years. But this factory has gone from strength to strength, and they totally booked out till 2026. They take in new orders in the new section of the factory for the bigger 58s. Now this new section of the factory had only just been put up and was still in the process of being finished. So yeah, the factory was powering on, and I think basically the sailing was basically getting in the way of the business. So unfortunately it was tough luck for Kerry and I.
That's the new 58 carbon. It's the new section of the factory at Nexus. Sure. And this new factory, 1,800 squares, is freaking massive. The floor space is insane.
That's the roof mold.
I see you. Jono and Vince having a look. This is the new 58 carbon. It's going to be a machine.
Deckerboards as well.
Ons het daggers.
Yeah.
Yay! The tired looking man.
And I'll swear on your camera, so you'll have to delete everything.
How's it, Johnny? The other section of the factory, the finishing area. New molds. Going back into the old section. And the third section of the factory, super busy here.
Yeah, this is hull 21, the boat called Edisto that hopefully I'll be sailing in the next offshore adventure as we deliver it across to Grenada. Yeah, we had a great tour of the factory and of my original hometown St. Francis Bay and my current hometown Jeffreys Bay. Unfortunately the sweller died and we weren't able to see the amazing surf that's available in this area. But make sure you join us next week as we leave Cape St. Francis en route to Cape Town after the two cold fronts blow by. Make sure you subscribe and we'll catch you on the journey to Cape Town next week. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.